Thunderbird 3 calling Earth. Thunderbird 3 to Earth. This is Alan Tracy in outer space. I am en route to Thunderbird 5 with spares and stores for John, and I've been watching a video show recalling the news highlights of 2065. One flashback has just come up, which was nearly the end for Thunderbird 3. We called it Operation Sun Probe. The Solar Control Center at Cape Kennedy, after years of preparation, was set to launch their greatest project ever. A spaceship was to be sent into close orbit around the sun in order to fire a probe and literally bring back a piece of the sun for examination by the world's scientists. The spacecraft was over 600 feet long and crewed by 3 astronauts. Because of the intense heat, the crew were protected by 20-foot thick stainless steel walls and fantastic refrigeration equipment. The probe was designed to fly through one of the sun's greatest prominences, or mountainous flames, which constantly flare up from the surface to heights of 300,000 miles and more. When the probe had collected its material, special braking rockets were designed to bring it back to unite with the parent craft. At this stage, we of International Rescue were just a few among the millions of fascinated video viewers. Little did we know that we would soon be deeply and dangerously involved ourselves.
Stand by, solar module. 13 seconds. Commencing final countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full power. Lift off. Lift off. A-OK. She looks good. Project Sun Probe is on.
That film, folks, showed the launching of the Sun Probe. With me in the studio is Professor Heinz Bodman, who is going to explain just how the Sun Probe project will operate.
Good evening. Say, where's Brains? Doesn't he want to hear all this?
This is old stuff to him, Father. He's in his workshop playing around with his latest invention.
Now, Brayman, I'm gonna test your secretarial characteristics. Now, tell me, what are my appointments for the day?
9 a.m. monitor electronic telecast from Cape Kennedy. 11 a.m. check Thunderbird 2 alarm systems.
Don't you want to watch Operation Sun Probe, Brains?
I'd prefer to fix Brayman, Mr. Tracy. He's still far too impulsive.
But Brains, they're going into orbit in 5 minutes.
4 1/4 minutes to be precise, Mr. Tracy.
Say, you know the Sun Probe routine by heart. You're not as blasé as you act.
Oh, no, sir.
Well, you could have fooled me.
Orbital path. 10 seconds.
Right. Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Retros. Great. We're on correct orbit. Check radiation and temperature levels.
Temperature, A-OK. Radiation, A-OK. 20 seconds to firing time for probe.
All systems on probe are green. 10 seconds.
Firing controls are go.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
Well, folks, the Sun Sun probe has been fired. We will give you all the details as they are received from the spaceship. The tension here in the studio mounts as we await further news.
Sun probe going through flare now.
Standing by to fire remote control rockets.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire. It's coming out. She's turning.
We've made it.
Great. Let's get that probe.
And then, back to Earth.
Yes, it looked like all was going well. The probe had done its job and had been relinked with the parent ship. But they couldn't fire their retro rockets. Brains calculated that the intense radiation level caused by the close proximity of the sun had interfered with the craft's control system. Sun probe was on a collision course with the sun. Please stand by for a news flash. We are going over to Colonel Benson at the Solar Control Center for an important announcement.
All efforts to alter the spaceship's course by firing their retros by radio beam from Earth have failed. Now I have a vital request to make. If International Rescue are watching, would they please communicate at once with Solar Control Center, Cape Kennedy? I repeat, this is vital. International Rescue, we need your help.
Get me Cape Kennedy.
Yes, sir.
Very well, Colonel Benson. We'll attempt a rescue. But this is a tough one.
You can say that again. Anyway, good luck.
Right, let's go over it once again. The Sun probe rocket is heading straight into the sun. And unless we can fire the retros to make the rocket turn round, those 3 solar nauts are doomed.
Well, Mr. Tracy, the only solution is for us to fire the retros by radio beam.
Well, the radio complex in Thunderbird 3 would seem the obvious choice.
But, Scott, the transmission range of Thunderbird 3 isn't powerful enough. I think Thunderbird 2 transmitter would stand a much better chance.
Well, Mr. Tracy, I think we may be underestimating the heat and radiation resistances of our spacecraft. But the transmission potential of Thunderbird 2 could certainly be tremendous.
Right. We'll launch a 2-prong rescue attempt. First of all, we've got to get Thunderbird 3 launched as soon as possible. When do you think that could be, Brains?
Well, the radio equipment will have to be modified, but I should think launching could take place soon after sunup.
Right. Go and organize that now, Brains. Virgil, you better go to the computer room and work out what point is best for Thunderbird 2 to project a safety beam towards the sun probe.
Okay, Father.
Father, we'll need an extra crew member to operate the safety beam.
All right, Alan, you better take Tintin along with you. Launching takes place at 0800 hours. Right, we're ready. You know what to do?
Yes, Father.
Let's hope it works from that distance.
It's got to. It's as close as you dare go. Good luck, all of you.
While I was preparing Thunderbird 3, Virgil and Brains had boarded Thunderbird 2 and taken off for their destination, Mount Archon in the Himalayan range, one of the coldest spots on Earth, but the nearest point of the solar ship from which to operate with any hope of success. Their job was to project a safety beam towards Sun probe to work in conjunction with the one from Thunderbird 3. It was a long shot, but given luck, it would work. Eventually, it was time to go, and I joined Tintin and Scott on the couch in our lounge, which transports us directly to the control cabin of Thunderbird 3. The couch sank through the floor and was immediately replaced by the empty one from below, so the room looked as if it had never been disturbed. Down and down we went until the couch came to rest on the bogey truck below. Then along raced the truck until it came to rest beneath the towering hull of Thunderbird 3. Up again on a hydraulic jack until we were firmly settled in the control cabin. Stand by for blastoff. Liftoff. With a tremendous upward surge, which pinned us to our reclining takeoff couches, we were carried upward through the roundhouse, which disguises the entrance to Thunderbird 3 hangar. We were on our way to the sun.
Well, there's still time. We got a whole day before...
Before we melt to nothing, why doesn't Earth do something?
Solar module from International Rescue. Do you read me?
Now I'm hearing things. I thought that was the radio.
Come in, solar module. This is International Rescue.
It is the radio.
Solar module to Thunderbird 3. Where are you? Can you help us?
We hope so. We're going to try to fire your retros from space.
Operating safety beam now.
Negative. We're 4 hours short.
4 hours? Well, that means we'll have to go much closer to the sun than was estimated.
It looks like it.
Can we stand the increased heat and radiation?
On paper, no. But we can't just abandon those 3 guys. We sure have a problem.
How's the beam situation?
All set. Transmitting safety beam now.
Well, Brains, what's the position?
Well, it's a very powerful beam we're sending up, but not as yet quite powerful enough.
Is there anything we can do?
Oh, yeah. Once I have modified the tripartite transistor packs and made a few adjustments to the wiring, we can try again.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'll fix us some hot coffee.
I can't stand the heat. So hot.
Are you sure you can't get any more out of the refrigeration plant?
No, nothing's working anymore.
Where's that rescue ship? It's nearly 4 hours since we're in contact with them.
It's still short. Can't you increase the power, Tintin?
I can overrun the system up to about 0.5.
Then do that, will you? We just can't go any closer. It was now or never. I just couldn't risk taking Thunderbird 3 any nearer the sun. Already there were signs of stress on the instruments and hull. Also, Tintin sounded just about all in.
Still alive. Why isn't the module melting? Say, that noise. It's the rocket motors. They fired. Asher, Cam, we're leaving the sun. We're gonna live.
Okay, the solar ship's out of danger. Let's head for home.
Just in time, I guess. I couldn't have stood much more of this heat.
Fire retros.
Well, fire retros, Alan. It's getting unbearable.
I have. But they're not working.
Alan, we're still on a collision course with the sun.
Hello, Father?
Virgil, bad news about Thunderbird 3.
What's happened?
Alan succeeded in saving the sun probe. But now it seems the retros have failed on Thunderbird 3, and they're heading straight for the sun.
Straight for the sun. Brains. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
If it is the case that the beam transmitter is still operating,
Yes?
we could perhaps, only perhaps, mind you, neutralize the transmitter on Thunderbird 3.
Great! What's the frequency?
I don't know, but I could probably work it out on the mobile computer in Thunderbird 2.
Okay, let's get to it.
That's it, Virgil. Right. Open it up, and we'll work out the formula for the transmitter.
Raymond.
Oh, no! Virgil, we've brought the wrong box. It's no use, Virgil. There's nothing we can do.
Listen, couldn't you work out the formula on paper?
I only wish I could, Virgil. But you see, without a computer, it would take weeks.
But if you could work out the details of Brayman's mechanics without a computer, surely you could do...
Brayman? That's it. He's our only hope.
Well, let's get on with it, Brains, for Pete's sake.
Now, Brayman, I want you to calculate the following equation. What is the square root to the power of 29 of the trigonometric amplitude of 87 divided by the quantitative hydraxis of 956 to the power of 77? Do you understand the question?
Yes.
Off you go, then. Now. Come on, Brayman, come on.
Do you think it's going to work?
Got to. It's got to. Well, Brayman?
45,969.
It worked, Brains. It worked.
I only hope it's right. Come on.
International Rescue calling Virgil at Mount Arkin. This is International Rescue Base calling Thunderbird 2.
Base from Thunderbird 2. Base from Thunderbird 2.
Loud and clear, Virgil. Where are you?
I'm sorry, Father. We just heard your signal as we came back from the pod. Listen, Father, it's our only hope. We haven't got time to explain, but Brains is going to try to jam Thunderbird 3's transmitter. You ready, Brains?
Yeah. I've lined the transmitter up.
Right. Go.
What's happened? Hey, the retros must have fired. We're moving away from the sun. We're moving away from the sun. Virgil, something's happening. I'm getting a reading from Thunderbird 3.
Yeah, me too. It can mean only one thing. The retros.
Yeah, they fired. The retros have fired on Thunderbird 3.
Yes, Brains came through just in time. We were convinced we were beyond help. At least if we'd been conscious, that would have been our thought. It says a lot for Brains' engineering genius that Thunderbird 3 stood up to the tremendous heat. Of course, we also have a very soft spot for Brayman since that particular rescue. Well, I'm approaching Thunderbird 5 now. Thanks for joining me on the trip. See you all again soon, I hope. Goodbye for now.
They're gone, Alan.
Hey, what are you up to? You're moving.
Hold it, Grandma. Don't get excited. I'm just trying to reach my telecall.
Oh, careful, Alan. Remember what they said. If we disturb the ultrasonic waves, that thing could blow us sky high.
Calling international rescue. Calling international rescue.
Alan told us of the deep trouble that he and Grandma were in, and how they'd been forced to climb high onto a girder of the bridge. Below them, hundreds of feet down, shimmering in the haze, was the rocky valley. Thunderbirds 1 and 2 were launched, and we hoped against hope that they would be able to reach Grandma and Alan in time.
The bridge of San Miguel, that's where they are.
Oh, it's a lonely spot, Mr. Tracy.
Yeah. The bridge won't be open to the public for 2 months yet. They certainly knew what they were doing when they planned this.
And the bomb? It's due to go off when?
Sometime around 1300 hours, according to Alan. But that's only part of it. They've left behind them an ultrasonic generator which can detonate the bomb earlier if anything on the bridge moves. Now, you'd better pass on this information to Scott and Virgil while I work out a plan of action.
Yes, Mr. Tracy. Do you think they can hold out?
I hope so. But the noonday sun can be pretty savage in those parts.
They must be well on their way by now, Grandma.
Trouble is, Alan, I don't think I can take much more of this heat.
Now, Grandma, you've got to hold on.
Yes. Got to. Got to. Hold on.
Grandma. Grandma.
Grandma had fainted, but luckily she fell towards an angle of the girders and was wedged in one of the bridge supports.
Alan, can you hear me?
Yes.
Then concentrate on what I'm going to say. You've got to keep talking till Scott and Virgil get there. Do you hear me?
Keep talking. Yeah.
I want you to tell me exactly how you got into this fix. Tintin and I want to hear the whole story.
Okay. Okay, then. It all started the day we went to Perola Sands. Everything was going the way we planned. It looked like nothing could go wrong. From up there in Thunderbird 2, the world sure looked pretty.
We're nearly there.
I found it, Alan. When you reach the highway, you turn left, and then you come to the racetrack on your right.
And you meet Kenny Malone there?
Yep, that's right. Boy, that guy's a great mechanic. Wait till he sees what we got tucked up in the pod. Pity you two can't come to the sands with me, though.
Alan, you know we can't. Supposing Father received a distress call while we were gone. Anyway, we'll be watching the telecast.
I guess I'm lucky getting leave like this.
Well, it's not a pleasure trip altogether, you know. Brains will want to know how his new engine works under prolonged stress. I wish that Virgil and I could have stayed for the race which was going to take place the next day, but we had to get back to the island. Alan drove out towards the racecourse. Oh, it really was a beautiful car. He was going to park it for the night on the racecourse car stacker.
Agent Mr. Tracy, would Mr. Alan Tracy kindly proceed to the cocktail bar in the main building, where Mr. Malone is ready to conduct him through the reception formalities. Thank you.
You're welcome. Gee, Kenny, it's great to be back at the old game again.
Yeah. I bet you missed the excitement of the circuit. What have you been doing with yourself?
Oh, this and that. Family business, you know. Hey, isn't that Victor Gomez over there? Hi there, Gomez. How you been?
Hello, Tracy. When did you get into town?
Just got here.
I thought you'd retired from the racing business.
No, you won't get rid of me that easily.
I hear you brought quite a car with you, Tracy. I reckon you're gonna win the trophy?
I'll let you know, Gomez. I'll let you know.
Hey, Vic, I thought you said Alan Tracy had quit.
Well, it looks like he changed his mind.
I don't like it. We had this contest all sewn up till that guy came along. Look, Vic, nothing's gotta stop us from getting that prize money. Nothing.
Don't worry, Johnny. Nothing will.
The starter's flag was up. The testing time for Brain's car and Alan's return to the racing world had arrived.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here at Parola Sands, history is being made. It seems that nothing is impossible for this fabulous machine and its driver, Alan Tracy. But the genius who invented it, ladies and gentlemen, still prefers to remain anonymous. Racing driver Alan Tracy announced he was retiring from the racing world, and now today he is sweeping round the course heading for what seems to be certain victory. Wow! What a finish this is going to be. Tracy and Gomez are now neck and neck as they battle their way to the finish. And here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce the result of the Parola Sands race. The winner in today's exciting competition was Alan Tracy, who gained a lead over the former champion Victor Gomez in the last lap here at Parola Sands.
We should have fixed his engine like I said, Johnny.
Boy, I'd like to lay my hands on the designs for that car.
Yeah, then we'd really be in the big time.
Listen, Vic, we've had this guy on our backs long enough. I got a plan to fix this Alan Tracy for good and all.
Yeah. Some victory.
Alan, you're doing great. Now carry on with your story. What did you do next? Alan, answer me.
Alan? Mr. Tracy, he doesn't answer.
Gee, this heat.
Alan, what did you do next? We're waiting.
Well, I set out to collect Grandma.
Are you sure you won't have some more apple pie?
No thanks, Grandma. Boy, your cooking is certainly going to be popular at the base.
Goodness, I just can't believe that I'm joining International Rescue Team at last. I'm that proud of you boys and all the wonderful things you do. Of course, I'm a celebrity in these parts, too, you know.
How's that?
Well, after you won the Parolo Sands competition, I had the press all around asking me questions.
What kind of questions?
Well, about who designed the car and what route we would be taking when we went on our trip together.
Gee, I hope you didn't tell them.
Oh, I told them all right. I told them everything they already knew.
Good girl. International Rescue.
Go ahead, Alan.
We are leaving in a few minutes. We'll call again when we are at rendezvous.
FAB.
So, we set off. There was hardly anyone in sight. And all the time I felt 1,000 eyes peering at us from behind every rock.
Sure is lonesome, Alan.
Yeah, but it means we can travel faster.
Alan and Grandma sped on. They did not know that the road signs had been tampered with. How could they have guessed that just round the next bend, the road would be blocked?
Gomez.
Okay, Tracy. You're gonna drive this car around the corner and onto the center of the bridge.
Now get going. There's more to this car than meets the eye. You and your buddies are onto something new, and we want to know what it is. We were the tops till you whipped us.
Come on, Johnny, cut the talk. I want to try this butte.
Now put that generator down in front of you, Tracy, and don't try anything.
What is that, Alan?
Never mind. Sit down over there against the support.
You better explain to the old lady, Tracy, else she might cause a whole heap of trouble.
Is it a bomb?
Sort of.
Yeah, sorta. We fixed the real bomb right under this roadway here. It's gonna go off in a couple of hours. But that other box is just an extra present. We're gonna keep you covered till we've left the bridge. And then you've only gotta make just one move and disturb the ultrasonic waves from that generator and pow! So long!
They've gone, Alan.
Quiet, Grandma.
Brains, Tintin has found a newspaper cutting of the bridge of San Miguel. Think it'd help you to take a look at it.
Right, Mr. Tracy. Okay, thanks. At least now we know what sort of terrain we'll be working on. We obviously can't go too near the bridge. We don't know how localized that generator's power is.
Okay, Father. I've landed at the rescue zone.
Good.
Tell Virgil to land on slope P701. I'm going to contact Alan. Alan, listen to what I have to say. How localized are the ultrasonic waves from the generator?
No. No. Keep away. Mustn't come near. Detonate the bomb.
Alan, the generator. How powerful is it? Do you know?
Keep away. Can't go on much longer. Can't feel my legs anymore. Can't keep up much longer.
Please hold on, Alan. Please.
2 more minutes, Alan. That's all we need. Virgil is nearly there.
Coming into land on slope P701 as advised, Scott.
Make it fast, Virgil. Alan's almost had it.
Right. Stand by, Brains.
Gonna fall. Can't take any more.
1 minute more. Brains is gonna neutralize the generator. They don't have time to look for the bomb itself. Just hold on, Alan. You're gonna be okay.
Brains moved the parabolic reflector half-track machine from the open pod and took careful aim at the generator.
Neutralizing. Now. Generator neutralized. Okay, Virgil.
It was nearly 1300 hours. There was very little time, almost no time at all. Alan and Grandma had to be rescued from the high girder. Virgil drove his transporter alongside the girder and set the vertical thrust air jets at full blast. If Alan and Grandma could jump into the jet streams, then Virgil could gently ease the pressure and lure them on a cushion of air to safety.
Okay, let's clear the bridge. It's going up at any moment.
On the road, you jerk. Okay. I can't get used to this geared steering. Hey, what was that?
Tracy and the old lady must have escaped.
Okay, keep your foot down. We gotta lose this guy.
Telling us to stop. Let go, you'll crash the car. And they gone crazy. They're gonna crash.
From Thunderbird 2, leaving danger zone. Mission successfully completed.
Grandma has fully recovered from the heat and exhaustion, and Alan is his old self again. It was a great pity that Brain's wonderful invention should have been smashed to pieces. But on the other hand, it's given him the excuse to design an even faster car in time for next year's Parola Sands race.